As an American, when I think of a gun, I think of a tool to take care of problems that are causing me bodily harm, by squeezing my finger around the trigger and aiming it at the problem. If you're from the UK, you most likely use a gun more akin to this. Can you beat Cyberpunk 2077 with only gun bashing? I hope the rules are self-explanatory this time. Because the game's a little weird, it's called a light melee attack, so for damage, I'm only allowed to hit that button. We start with choosing the only difficulty you should play on. Really want to pick Nomad, but the not created equal intros show that being a street rat is better. Lock in to try and make a character. Don't use all my stat points now, as body is going to kind of be the only useful option for this run. Look myself in the mirror, as if to ask if I'm ready for pain. Get to remind the world that I am a quote-unquote fully functional adult who pays taxes. Boing, 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 boing. Before getting to talk to the man whose ears make me uncomfortable. He asked me to steal this car or I'm fired. I show you what Cyberpunk players actually do when they have 500 or more hours. Find out my favorite president might have died for nothing. Get to commit Steely Wheelie Automobili before Steely Wheelie Automobili 6, before finding out someone else is doing it in real life so that they don't have to buy the game. This lets a bond form of both of us hating popular things. It's so strong, in fact, that we decide to team up to make a duo of people that are awful at any party. I continue my slapping journey, showing off my perfect amount of sanity with the boys.
I scarred a coworker because I made a joke about killing myself and changing the trajectory of someone's life because I killed myself in front of them. And they thought I was crazy for that.
Reminds me of a clip I saw where it's just like every day at work, to be honest. It was like, man, let me be honest with y'all. I was going to come in today and kill all of you, but today, everyone was so nice to me. Why haven't we been doing this from the start?
Not a threat, it's in the past. There are no
It's not a threat, I was gonna happen, but you all have fixed yourselves. And for the first time in a long time, actually start with the item that can do damage for the first mission. So I can start the pain earlier than usual. Oh boy. As well as notice my YouTube shorts have come back to haunt me. Oh yeah, my HUD's off because shorts, oops. While the damage of lowness isn't going to deter me, the damage of lowness while surrounded by more than one enemy certainly doesn't help, causing many a time where I need to sit back and think about my life choices.
Silence, wench. I do not wish to be horny anymore.
Before getting to dive the backline, find out the vanguards actually know how to peel, and needing to head my way back to the Tickle Monster lair, where I right my wrongs and support my digital friend.
Rip up the shreds!
Hey Jackie, calm down. Calm down, man. We're good. They don't know we're here, buddy. Oh, that guy knows we're here. For some reason, get the reward of drip. I got a new shirt. Let's go. Yo, it's a much better shirt. And while the main scavs need to now scavenge life, the only issue that arises from this situation is when there is more than one of them, as a small Cyberpunk 2077 secret is going to be laid on your ears. Gun bashing is actually really good. As if you're in any one-on-one situation with anything no fatter than a mech, they can be stun locked until the cyber HP bar can reach 0. We get to see what it feels like to get a screenshot from someone you just sent a message to, based on a true story, before getting to show my lazy in full effect. My favorite thing in the world is going to bed, waking up, and then going back to bed. It makes me feel like I have so much power in my life.
I love going to bed and then waking up like a few hours earlier than I need to, and then going back to sleep.
Oh my god, dude, it feels like you got an eternity of sleep.
We send her back to being lonely as it's the only real fix, before my friend stutters once.
I think we're gonna have to rewrite history and come up with a new number.
Rewrite history, yeah.
We're gonna
Me
need
too.
a new number.
I think we need to rewrite history. And things seem to be okay until the scavs decides to chase us once again. But since I can't shoot, I just ignore the scavs like the son who refuses to bring me another beer, suit up into something more comfortable, wanting to use my subscriber base to talk about something very important.
Lars, can you spread awareness on your YouTube channel?
What about beans?
Yeah, dude. Beans.
Okay, beans, what the fuck? Editing Lars, put that in, I guess.
Back.
For it's time to count my sheep, wake up freshly pissed, and before meeting Jackie, accidentally get the best weapon for the run, Dying Night, for reasons I'll tell you later. As it's much more important to tell you that despite its well-placed bayonet, V still gun bashes as if it's any other bullet shooter. It's now time to talk to my not bashing homie, get told I need to absolutely carry him at what we very generously call our job, something I'm not going to be able to do feeling so under the weather. So to pull myself up by my metaphorical bootstraps, I first abandoned my friend, before I hop, skip, and hop once more so that I can make my way to the doctor. And after asking for nothing but a huff of my inhaler to cure my allergies, I get upsold into buying metal into my weenus, and switching out the location of my face balls to new balls. All so that I can be allowed to breathe again. Jackie informs me I need to talk to the man giving us a job, burgers. And he informs me to steal some sort of prototype for some nice lady. If you somehow haven't seen or played Cyberpunk 2077, I'll be nice enough to tell you the basics in the most accurate way possible. We're going on a heist, and I only need to talk to the lady who's buying our work ethic, as well as gather a spider that feeds on people who haven't watched SpongeBob. And while I'd like to go check out the place filled with eye-glowing crayon eaters, I'm required to at least be sociable once a day, talking to the lady giving us the heist before finding literally me. Yo, look, it's me and the bad bitch I pulled by being goofy.
Oh,
Hey,
dude,
look
sorry, I
What?
thought there was like, I was looking at the dude like,
Are you flying?
Where's the bitch? After about a 2-minute talk, she brings me to her friend, so that I can be her new trauma dump pal.
You look like a cut of fuckable meat.
But her pain is my gain, as I can now very easily find out about what we're stealing, and where I can find it. Me listening to her trauma unlocks trauma too, and with as many body and healing perks I can get, I rush to the job with Jackie. Looking at the dimmest of bright sides, also happy this is the first run in a long time where I don't have to grind a level 10. Oh my god. Before I arrive, and even though there is a dialogue option that bashes my empty bullet shooter against the cranium of Mr. Randall, I decide to rush in guns not so a-blazing. Only to find out the small downside that I'm not going to be able to smack turrets, but my lack of brains allow me to absorb God's attempt to strike me down. Give it all you got next time. It's now that I figured out that Dying Night is going to be my living friend. Ooh, this gun has a bonus thing with this, oh my gosh. As its mod that does electric damage, also procs on a slap. Oh, this is gonna be, I didn't actually think this would be my weapon of choice, it might be. I didn't know about that. I thought that was only for the bullets. Oh my gosh. And while on paper this is good, but for most high HP enemies, this doesn't really change much. As they would be stunned by the base effect anyway, but this makes the already low HP failures easy experience an even easier one. I later find out my only weakness being more than one enemy at a time no longer is a problem, as while one person is getting shocked like a dog that does the outrageous thing of stepping off its bed, I can run over to another bystander of the fight to fully put them into spectate mode as well. Oh my goodness. So with the saving of cinder blocks, making of friends, hi, goodbye. And me getting all around penisy about this challenge,
I'm now doing big dick damage.
I am doing big dick damage. You and my challenge run isn't a challenge? I guess we're gonna have to see how bosses stack up. Smile. Since there is no minion who can stop me, we still have one Randall the Royce guy, Simon Salmon, who needs to meet the underside of my gun. And while context isn't required, you just come in your own butthole! What don't you understand about this? While I can't stun him, with the use of the electric bursts from my gun short-circuiting each time I smack it on his booty, and while standing still is a one-way trip to finding out unfortunate things about my life. If you just stay fast, loose, and angry like a goose, you can not only go honk-honk every time you smack his weak spot, and while I can seemingly take on the mech man, I reveal another weakness of the LarsBurrito. I used to have a lot of trouble breathing in front of a bowl of Reese's Puffs. I don't know what it is, but like the thickness of the air around a bowl of Reese's Puffs is just like, the air is so thick. I don't know what it is about the Reese's Puffs that just make it like the thickest air imaginable. Like, I don't have a peanut allergy or anything like that.
You're saying this about Reese's Puffs?
Yeah, like whenever I make a bowl of Reese's Puffs, I have to like breathe and not in front of it.
What the fuck?
I didn't know
That's what I'm
Reese's Puffs had this much aura.
I guess, dude. So with everything for the heist all ready, and the boss very happy, we share a drink of Johnny Melee Hands, find another victim whose fit doesn't meet my standards. Why do you got skulls in your eyes? That's not very cool, man.
That's badass.
No, you could just have like eyes, like regular normal eyes. Or it could be like this guy who looks like Dracula.
In a world of robo penis extensions, I'm gonna be cool. What do you think the girl at the bar is gonna get?
Oh man, she's gonna be looking good. She's gonna be having like, she's gonna have the perfect
like a
heels.
6 or 7 out of 10, I think. You gotta video record.
Get to show off my new pet, inform the team about the heist lady's trauma, getting weird results. We then get a not so smooth ride. We then get a not so smooth ride to work.
A CPU and integrated graphics. Fuck
Sorry.
you.
Sorry.
Fuck you.
I don't know where that came from. I'm so
Suck
sorry.
my penis. Suck my penis. Fuck you and future Lars.
What did future Lars do?
He's laughing right now.
He might be.
And while we may be entering empty-handed, after we feed our new pet spider someone that doesn't know what's funnier than 24, we can run in to get the chip. Find out we might have woken up on the wrong side of the bed, get to be a part of a family problem, where son guy shows his father he really doesn't want to be part of the choking business, despite how much he's built for it, but the building gets put into high alert. And while trying to escape, Jackie and I accidentally become the main characters, with him needing to take the chip, and me needing to slap our way back to the getaway vehicle. Jackie also seeing the genius behind my terrible choices, slapping my way past the worthless and weak guards while still missing my cool gun. Even without it, this isn't a big problem. So much so that to prove a point to no one, I not only clear out the main floor, I also take out the mech. Something also worthless, as doing 4, count 'em, 4, it might have also been 5, slaps on the turrets, cause them to blow off with a huge chunk of damage. Do it to each side, count 'em 10, I think, and boom, letting this mech complete its journey to the trash bag in the sky, allowing us to easily make our way out, only to get chased. Another problem that isn't a problem, as this is a job for... Oh, this is the reason kids don't try in school. So while very obviously no, you can't beat Cyberpunk when you restrict yourself in most, if not any way, we continue on to see our friend has stopped being a main character, and instead has become my trauma. Something he could have avoided if he just used code LB to save 10% on his GamerSupps purchase. I then make it to ARMS and Waddle Dee Shawn, show off my skills at pretending to wash my face, but my dirt butt lifestyle is something Dexter isn't a fan of, giving me a power nap as a reward. Find out this isn't Balatro, before waking up to a dream I've had many times. I'm the man I've always looked up to, the legend, Johnny Gunbash Man. Where outside of one time he's forced to use a turret, he's been known to use his signature Malorian, only bashing his gun. Trying to spread the good word of bullets not killing people, but guns killing people, he always tried to preach the good word by always accidentally doing acts of terrorism. And while his words had spread to me, he's also a legend for a reason, as living is overrated. Before waking up in what my bed feels like after making the mistake of eating a cookie in it, get to see what happens to my foot when I shoot it. The nice man who saved me from Garbage Land accidentally brings us to our death, as he refuses to drive close enough for me to slap a ninja. So after fail 2 or so, and getting to experience another lights out fake death, show how nice I am at calling a cab to the doctor, realizing karma isn't real, as I'm told my gun bashing issue is now terminal. And if I don't learn how to shoot my gun, I won't last any longer than 2 weeks. A friend trying to help me by giving me some multivitamins.
Got some meds for you. Omega blockers. Taken regularly, they'll keep things from progressing too quickly.
And finding out not only did the chip give me a new mentor, he also knows how to fix my bad diet.
Stick some iron in your mouth.
So with my vitamins taken, it's up and at 'em, bum, before the man who saved me takes me to breakfast. Making my way in hopes everything is okay, but he only unfortunately offers me an uncensored JOB. My PC gets so triggered that my game crashes, showing the true pain I go through for you lovely people.
I have to go through Takamura's conversation again.
So I want to thank everyone who supports the channel in any way. It doesn't matter if you're a channel member, someone who watches every video, or someone new who's watching this video for the first time. Thank you so much for watching in any capacity you see fit, as you make these videos much more possible. Perhaps you can like the video, and comment your favorite iconic in Cyberpunk. I won't even point the gun this time. Do it, now. But after showing my thanks, and getting offered censored tasks to help the man in my head, we first need to do what happens in every Cyberpunk run. Dang. Pretty good outfit. I mean, I don't know. Kind of like there's just no like extra buzz about this fit, man. It's like you don't got like a cool arm with it. The white on the purple on the red isn't that appealing. I'm not giving it a 6. I'm giving it a 6+1. Do better. Do better. It was a really bad outfit. Find someone angry on a phone call while I make someone angry on a phone call. Find out cyberware can make people fly, only if they're in an empty tube. The fellow person in my brain wanted me to meet up with his past friend, but also find out she can help me find a man who can teach me how to shoot a gun. Which may not be this guy, but with the spare time, I make my way back to Evelyn's friend, slowly walking to her den at lore-accurate Rebecca height, grab a weapon that won't do anything to help, but it's pink, so I take it. Annoy Lady Judy so well with my pure 3 intelligence that she rewards me with the place Ev works at. On my way out, get asked if I like donuts or hot dogs, and confused by the plastic lady, I simply tell her pizza's kinda nice. But her bat will remember this. Get to see bro preaching the good word of things I can't say unless I want to be put on a list. To clear my mind, I quickly do Steely of some life, and not for reasons you might think. Unless you know what I'm doing, then you might be thinking right. Unless you don't, then you might be wrong. But wrongs and lefts aside, I make my way inside this fine therapy location, and while I'm forced to leave my ranged melee weapons at the door, I can easily sneak in a toothpick, a stick of gum, half a hot dog, and seemingly craft a Smackatron 69. And while it reminds me that my little electric pistol is better, the small fellas inside still aren't going to be an issue. However, since groups are now an issue once again, I need to get creative and not one-on-one fights, such as putting the person getting punched between the Bullet Man and myself, as for whatever reason, they don't want to shoot each other. For the most part, my slapping of choice hasn't been that hard, outside of dealing with the big boys who don't quite mind the tickles of my gun. But anyone else isn't a real issue. Find out that swords aren't guns, so I can't melee with them, before getting to slap this wood. Find his secret stash of helpful information, and slowly get to slap my way back out, the same way I slapped myself in. And find out that these silly bodyguards might have had a better time living if they borrowed this lady's booth of unable to get smacked proportions. Something that's kinda just rude. My lack of gun training has unlocked Terminal 2. Johnny thinks maybe if we put finger on the trigger and squeeze, shooting might happen, but we both are too scared to try. So we decided to press onward, I get some upgrades, and rush to fingers, needing to make some trash explode, as well as take out some bodyguards. Breaking my way inside, Judy also arrived, and trick Fingers into thinking I can do any harm with not a gun bash, for him to give me information. And once I get what I need, I fry him up, and with the new information, I use the internet to find a snitch, skip the line, and prove to the man that it definitely isn't worth it. Find the person who had what I'm looking for, who's really happy to give it to me for free. Find out that the pizza is burnt and the coffee is frozen, meaning whoever works here has a bad pullout game, reminding me of a scav at Charter Hill who's had about 87 children. So with Judy confirming my suspicion, I make my way back to Rogue for the info of a man who can treat me hand to gun. The info coming with the help of another person who can give me assistance. And with Judy taking much too long, I rush in alone, and finally getting to do combat once again with my nice little pistol. The scavs don't really have anything they can do to stop me. It doesn't matter big, small, soft, hard, or even a little in between, each scav meets their last moments by the end of my gun, as the mercenary there among them had a gun bash on her hip. And while I double check how much the dying light is carrying me, which all in all isn't much, I just make sure to do as much combat as possible to give this style of fighting a fair chance, even taking out the people counting sheep, so that they can count sheep forever. But we save our sleepy lady, get forced to show smoking is bad by smoking a whole pack as punishment, for Judy has a little more info for me. Basically that if I want to know who can teach me to shoot, I'll need to head to Pacifica to find them. Find another bug. Speaking of bug, this fucking fly. Find another new bug to add to the books. For no reason at all, go to take on a cyber psycho. Another thing that I can't really answer why I did it. If you want the answer, go ask 2 weeks ago, Lars. But with that man taken out, I decided to beat Pan Am before calling her, for about 4 extra words of dialogue, which changed nothing. Pan Am still hates Rogue, and is still more angry than me when I get told my favorite ice cream shop no longer has cookies and cream, get to keep a friend's secret. I can also give you waypoints to the gyms at some point.
Lars,
Yeah,
since it's just us in here,
yeah.
does it feel like the shiny and legendary and just in general rare Pokemon chances have been turned up or something?
And after being Darth Vader the way I lied.
Would you be upset if your last name contained the word Humphrey? William Humphrey. Oh God, that's the worst one.
William Humphrey, more like William Hump me. Am I right, fellas? Up top, up top, up top, up top. Hey, up top, up top.
Oh, that hurt.
Get to be jealous of Panam's friend, as they get to say no. But I must say yes, to help her for my own gains. Try not to steal all her stuff while getting her jumper cables. Keyword, try. For it's time to get Panam's stuff back. And while these group of thieves are stronger than anything I've seen so far, with my focus on healing perks, as I have no other valuable perks to take, there was really no issue staying healthy between bumps. Doing so well that I allow myself to get taken advantage of, so that I can help Panam kill people that make her upset. And with her problems slapped away easily, we can both enjoy a quick root beer, before my needs can be met. Only after another set of challenge fails, as I need to use a turret to not only shoot the trash known as your waifu, shooting down some drones so that we can break into a power plant, before getting sent right back to failing, as I need to shoot down these sexist drones as they only try and shoot Panam. And as a true feminist, I can't let that slide. Let ladies, one at a time. Get to show Kang Tao that replacing real soldiers with AI just isn't gonna work. Try my best to help save Panam's friend, Panam doing something I could never, which lets me know that the man I'm after is at a gas station. The men in drones protecting him somehow can't stop someone who just really wants gun training. For once, see Hellman alone before we knock him out, sit him down, and after a quick farewell, not only do I find out I confused the guy who can teach me to shoot, Adam Smasher, with the man I stole, who's Anders Hellman, I at least find out that good buddy Takamura is interested in him, and Takamura will be much more likely to help me if I sell Hellman to him. So with the deal set, Johnny says he'll start thinking of a backup plan. Well, I'm ready for Takamura's side of the work. Before beating him, however, I steal a painting and the slowest car to ever exist. And Takamura brings me to a friend I'm told will teach me to shoot. So I ask him, will you teach me to shoot?
I will not.
So now more upset than ever, I ask a local fixer for help. She shares a plan that she already has prepared to get back at the man lying to me. Takamura says he'll help before I make it to the Voodoo Boys in Pacifica, who swear they can help me learn how shooting works. But to earn the trust of these people, I must clear out the local mall of animals, something I was going to feel bad about until I learned that animals is a gang of humans. I waste my time trying to take care of everyone inside of here, as when I was about halfway done with all the people, I learned this place has a turret that I can't take out, meaning I can't get to the cam unit. So I instead rush the lady protecting the man I'm after, a fight I'd assume wouldn't be much possible, as with the back still intact, she has more health regen than I can do damage, but with enough slaps, I can actually destroy it, and with my electricity damage over time, she can't really stand up, as she's fallen down. You wanna see a bitch go to the moon?
Wow! Oh, so that just happens.
Cowboys.
Red
Always the great place to get your toothpaste. The supermarket. If you're ever looking for a good place to get something, make your way to Target
gamer
specifically.
shops. Oh.
No, the gamer shop says when Jackie dies in this one.
It's never bad to have two.
Make your way to Target, because at Target, you can use your phone to save 10% off on gamer ships using code LP. There we go.
There we go.
There we go. I take out the problem, take a nap, and make my way to the true girl boss to get my gun training. But instead, I get an ice bath, where I once again, as a player, get forced to watch Johnny have premarital push-push, while his lady friend wastes apple juice. I love having to watch this same sex scene of dry humping because I have the censored mode on over and over again.
You hear that, people? Lars is a cuck.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Dr. Pepis.
Johnny watches his lady friend almost get killed for the last time. He gun bashes like his life depends on it, only to take it from behind. And I need to be the lore man.
I'd kind of consider V getting his brain uploaded a good ending in a way, because
Nope.
he gets to live.
I mean, sure. It's just if you upload your brain the way Arasaka's making you upload your brain, you're no longer considered a human being, and then you're kind of at the whims of Arasaka because you sold your soul to them. If you consider that a good ending, then it's a good ending.
Oh man, you didn't have to tell me that part.
Well, find out that Rogue head empty. Hi. And also find out that this is a lesson for Johnny, as there was a time he needed to shoot. While he could surprisingly make cars explode just with gun bashing, one car happened to be the one that got away. But outside of a forced shot, he made his way back to save his lady, releasing one final load for the road, but when he accidentally killed her, he refused to fire another shot from his gun as long as he lived. But this sadness in a bathtub allows us to find the new robot alt-coming became. Johnny and I make a deal with her before I need to get payback as the voodoo boys are lying, and won't teach me how to shoot a gun. Unsurprisingly, these nerds aren't too much of a problem to worry about. And the quote-unquote real problem should be Placide at the end, but he seemingly didn't spawn. So I reload a save, now seeing a health bar and a dot on the map, but no boss. So I go back to turn on my mods that I use for making shorts. Where is he? Oh, hi there, mister. What are you doing down there? You're not supposed to be down here, buddy. Oh. And while I can't get him to spawn normally, since this is an optional fight anyway, one that can leave him stunned the entire time, I'm fine with smacking him, apparently pre-buried. For one reason and one reason only, his jacket. But with another reward of drip, and Johnny showing me if he's happy, it's then back to Takamura. He needs me to make a parade float mine for our little heist. Instead of looking into backup plans, I just rush in gunna bashing. Another set of enemies unable to do any lasting damage, and me wiping out most of the facility all on my own. So much so that I take out another mech that dares to try and shoot me, everything going swimmingly, well, until the game gets revenge for me killing the man in the floor by sending another man in the floor. A lot of enemies spawning in places they shouldn't be in. Oh, and it kills me because he's underground. I love my video game. So to clap back, I do the sneaky way of entering, hacking the float, and leaving without killing anything, to make Takamura the guy who is now happy. And while waiting for the call, I do a bunch of funny side quests to wait, such as getting funny gun.
What are you doing?
Taking a break to go get some dinner, and while I was just AFK waiting for either a Takamura call or something cool, he finally calls. Oh my god, my homie. I was just about to talk shit about you, Takamura, hi. Only to waste a burger right in front of my eyes.
Just in time. Hey, Goro.
I try and push this to the side, as I'm going to need to take out 3 snipers to reach the netrunner, and in doing so, I will get the lying friend fired. The first 2 snipers get caught off guard, but the trip to the third one, while not a problem, does take a bit of time.
Your butthole. From the day I smell my first gassy.
Dear YouTube, every time you've demonetized a video, every time you've had to make me sit through the painful upload speed of a video, you've always been there, ruining my fucking day. But with each mech down, I don't think that was intended. And another floor man almost making things unfun and unfair, I can make my way to the netrunner, before the man who lied to me is about to be the man who died to me. While I can't stunlock him, my damage over time makes this not as rough as it could be. Send him to Detroit.
No! No, not Detroit! No! No, please!
With the small times I get to dodge, and outside of the man disappearing. Alright. Most times so that he can try and go heal, he doesn't make any actual progress doing so. And while this isn't done hitless or anything cool like that, my tanky nature makes this somewhat of a breeze. I normally smack my way through his lackluster damage until he finally hits the ground. Decided to leave him alive for no real reason, as he's suffered enough. Takamura fails once again, so much so that I can't even save him this time. As when his terrible plan almost brings us both to death, I decided to leave him behind, mostly to honor the burger we lost along the way. I do later get a message from Arasaka Lady about the want to work with me. Johnny's so unhappy that he gives me a better idea. I could do things Johnny's way, letting him take control for a bit to get info. Something done only after drinks and promiscuous car crashes, and Rogue is allowed to know our little secret. She informs me of this man who stole Johnny's gun. Yoinks, dibs, taking out this idiot the way Johnny would have wanted. Johnny's still thinking he can make our way to Atom Smasher, saying he needs to take a closer look to be able to finger out Rogue, which is hard to do when he's rather watched Dexter again. So with no other options, I call up Arasaka Lady. But her plan was so bad that I decided to make my brain bleed so I could leave early. So it's back to Johnny's plan, a choice made while not tired.
Sorry, Misty.
Johnny gets the keys to the SS Valerie, calling Rogue out for being a sellout. For some reason, don't kiss this fine gentleman, and hop on a plane so we can show George W. Bush how it's really done. We easily make our way through the guards, save my boy, and easily float our way down to the second floor. Clearly do so good with just bashing, even Wayland starts to get involved, but we insert Alt, which allows us to get closer and closer to the room that should let us learn how to shoot. Not only did Johnny fail to tell me Atom Smasher is a bad guy, he's also a bad guy.
Damn, he just punched a hole through her ass.
Grabbing our Rogue and getting her turned into dust.
Yo guys, it's me, Charlie. Hey, did that guy just turn into sand?
And while we get to smack with the best weapon for it, come on Skippy, let's do this shit. And while the dying light does well, I also use Johnny's fire spewing revolver for quick smacks and to stack the damage over time with the dying light. Getting smashed at half health is so easy, we do it twice. Uh-oh. Get this thing reloaded and then I can slap out of there. And then my game crashed. Okay. Cyberpunk, my beloved. Like most runs in this game, the Smasher fight isn't really hard past the 50% marker. I normally have good health regen at all times, and later in the fight, he spends too much time rushing around that I normally heal back the damage he does before he does any more. Even when he summons the Backstreet Boys, it's not alright for him. Not to mention the use of Johnny's gun and dying light make this about the same damage as mid-level net running. A drawback of Johnny's gun's melee taking bullets isn't really something relevant, as I've saved ammo the entire run. But Smasher gets smashed, we let Rogue do the final blow, 07, take an elevator that dies. The fucking POV, Granny died because I unplugged her life support because I needed to charge. That's the sound you made, man. Johnny and I get to talk one last time, but with no way to train me in guns, and I'd die the second I take the body back, we decided that there was only one thing left to do, both of us uploading ourselves to Steam, to see if we could learn how to use guns in CSGO instead. Proving that very obviously, if you ignore all the scripted segments, you can beat Cyberpunk 2077 with only gun bashing. Thank you all so much for watching, and show your support however you see fit. And, not as always, if you have any challenge run ideas for Cyberpunk 2077 or any other game in particular, let me know down below and it might be a run I actually end up doing. 07, I love ya.